porn.
Oh, porn. Well, is it? It is porn.
Maybe
Well,
if you're having sex on your OnlyFans,
it's porn.
is that not porn?
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of
The Coffee Breakup.
Yay! Starring
Marvin Schultz.
and Christian Vera. Awesome. So, as always, before we begin, please
Like, share, subscribe, smash
like
that
this
like
video.
button.
Wait, hold on, because I got a little thing that shows up. Like this video,
Okay.
subscribe to the YouTube channel, and ring the notification bell.
Okay.
It's gonna be cool. I bet. Watch.
Dope.
It'll be super cool.
Okay.
Also, we're on social media: Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram, TikTok,
TikTok.
listen
Listen to us on the go
on
for
iTunes and Spotify.
or the podcast app. It's not really iTunes.
It's not it's not iTunes. Well, it is.
We've been saying iTunes for really.
It is through iTunes, but if you have an iPhone, just the podcast.
The
app.
more you know.
The coffeebreakup.com.
Merch,
please,
and other cool
support.
stuff.
Yeah, some
all that
information.
unimportant shit. Anyways,
All right.
so we wanted to circle back a little over a year on a very polarizing
topic. OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I think more accepting now more than ever.
Certainly with the climate that we're in and people working, remotely. And the time, it's been a crazy year, for a lot of people. People lost their job, they left their job, they were fed up, underpaid, overworked, whatever the case might be. And a lot of people resorted to OnlyFans, which is essentially a platform where people post explicit content for they post content for other people to subscribe.
Private content for their subscribers.
For their fan base, right?
For their fan base. And for them, that could be anything that people are willing to pay for.
It could be something like paint lessons or piano lessons.
I have never seen anybody with giving that sort of.
But it is.
I'm sure somewhere it is.
Yeah,
but
sure.
we do know when we say OnlyFans, the majority of the people, they know that we're talking about showing your ass and your titties.
Yep. Explicit content.
And all that other stuff. And people even be having sex on that.
Yeah,
that's what I learned.
Or selling like private.
That's what they told me. Someone told me that.
They told you that.
Yeah, somebody told me.
Right. Yeah. That being said, we had an episode last year, and it was probably our most watched episode to date.
Yes.
And a lot of feedback, a lot of support, some negative feedback, but ultimately it was very controversial.
Yes. Excuse me, I want to write things down because I don't want to forget. I think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we wanted to circle back and kind of just give our take on it. OnlyFans, if we would date somebody, maybe our opinions have changed over the past year. I think you said yours has somewhat. Because a year ago when we recorded this, you were like very open, like, oh yeah, of course I would, and I'm open to that, and it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah, but
like
then
that.
we had our good friend and previous guest Talia here, and then it started opening up a can of worms. And I think the more that it has been accepted that more people are doing it on OnlyFans, we're now learning. They're being more open about discussing what they've gone through and what they experience, what they see. And so now we're learning more. It's not so much, hey, I'm getting paid to show, myself in lingerie. It's now, exactly. And then the side stuff that comes from the private messages from what she has told us. So, I mean, there's a lot to go on with OnlyFans.
There is.
I think first things first. Would you date someone with an OnlyFans?
Yeah, I my position has not changed in a year. And last year I made it clear that I wouldn't, and I stay by that position. It's just not something I would be comfortable with. I'm not knocking it, or there's nothing wrong with it, but ultimately it's not for me that I don't want to deal with that.
Would date someone with an OnlyFans? So depends.
It depends.
I think it depends. What is the content that's being published? Because again, I respect hustles. You go and get it any way that you can, bro. Like if I had 6-pack chiseled abs or a perfect physique, and a super handsome model looking stuff, bro. If I knew that I can get a couple $100, even thousands of dollars for just taking a picture of myself and posting it, buddy, I'm gonna do it. Why the hell not? And you can say it's over. I mean, I remember I had an argument with some chick that she's like, but it's wrong because then people are being over sexualized. And I was like, yo, these girls are choosing to do it. Like if you can't get mad that you got guys saying nasty shit or looking at your shit or paying for your shit, if you're still you could delete, the OnlyFans. You don't have to be putting it out there. But dude, if you have it and you can get paid for it and you're willing to accept it, knowing what kind of backlash you'll get, knowing what, the comments or the scrutiny, anything, dude, better hold it in, boy. I'm about to yawn.
No. I was gonna come back off.
Oh man, I like that. Okay, I like that. We're gonna have Rocky versus the German. No, he's a Russian guy.
Russian.
I almost break you.
Yeah.
The point is, I think that if you could do it, go for it. For me, dating, again, I'm very secure within myself. I'm really not. I'm not a jealous person, and at the end of the day, I'm very realistic. Like if you do something wrong, that says nothing about me. That's on you. That's your problem. So I'm comfortable to the point of that. However, I think that some boundaries should be, put in place.
What would be your boundary in that term? Like in terms of like me dating somebody who has an OnlyFans? Is it if they send explicit videos? Is that okay? Maybe you can go in on it and like, hey babe, let's do videos together, right? And there's certainly a market for it, and I know couples who do it.
What I liked about Thalia was the fact that it was because when she posts, whether it's half naked or whatever, there is an artistic spin to it, which I respect. And I think that, a naked body or even the human body in general could be, kind of contorted in a way that you can then, like a naked body could turn into art. It could be beautiful rather than just, explicit and racy, So I think, for that sense, to have that little extra exclusivity of that artistic way of maybe you're going to pose a naked body in a way, or maybe, hide certain things, maybe more than you would see on Instagram, for example. I think that there's a market for that to really show a creative space within OnlyFans. Now, if my partner was just posting, her in a bikini or lingerie or actual nipples and whatever out, and that's already a different thing. I think that would be the boundary of, well, you know what? If you're going to have an OnlyFans and you want to do it, you've been doing it and you like it, you're getting good money for it, then let's just have that boundary of, if I'm in the picture, I don't want you to then go over this line.
Over the line as like posting like nudes?
Yeah.
But she's already, when you met her, she's probably already doing that. And that's
true. Yeah, right. No, you can keep your OnlyFans, and if you
stop doing the content,
I would say no, you can continue the content, but the boundary of, when it comes to, bro, again, it would depend, because I need to understand that if I'm gonna be with a bad bitch and she's fine as fuck and she's posting nude shit, bro, it's like you gotta kind of accept where, like I have to be so secure within myself in order to be with her that if she were to pose nude, or if I were to already be getting into it that she's already posing nude, I would then have the conversation of the boundary. But I would also respect, I would respect her hustle, but I would hope that she would respect to have to kind of, dumb it down a little bit.
I get where you're coming from. I feel like when you meet somebody who's already doing it,
it's a conversation.
Exactly. This is what they do. If I'm gonna pursue this person, I'm gonna have to be okay with the fact that this is what they're doing.
True.
I don't want to change anybody. I don't want them to water themselves down just in order to please me, because whether I stay or I go, this is what they were doing prior to me.
But I'm sorry, but what if they say, look, I don't need to do it. I just, no one's telling me not to, because I don't care for, like, if I'm getting paid, but I don't mind dumbing it down. I mean, I know I'm in a relationship, like,
No, 100%. I mean, that's a dialogue that you can have.
That's what I meant by that.
Yeah. No, okay, I see where you're coming from, and I can appreciate that, and I think anybody would, and I think it's a conversation to be have. But ultimately, I don't like the idea of changing people, right? If you meet somebody like that and they're out there, hey, it comes with the territory, right? However, you didn't answer my question when I asked you, would you join? I don't know if you got that.
Oh, you did ask that.
I did ask that.
So piggybacking off of what I had mentioned with the whole Thalia, because she takes an artistic spin,
right?
Where that's I think where I would do it, but I wouldn't be like, okay, let's bang on your OnlyFans, or I'm gonna show my wang on your OnlyFans now. But more so, like, if you can kind of create it where it's maybe like a man and a woman, kind of, probably naked, if you want to use that route for OnlyFans, sure, it's a little bit explicit content, but in a way where you can make it beautiful, or you can kind of tell a story by it, whether they're caressing, holding, or maybe some sort of message behind it. That would be more for that. Because again, on Instagram, you can kind of show that, and I think they'll even allow that, but you can bait and kind of tease on Instagram to then make them subscribe to see more of that stuff. But again, I would probably do it more instead of just, hey, I got my titties out, or I got my wang out, more of
like an artistic
let me
approach.
show more of a racy approach that may be taken down by Instagram,
right?
But it's still considered some sort of artistic. Because again, you know, I have a creative edge.
Sure,
so I would want to expose that or exploit that.
Okay,
on that.
On
that would be my take. Yeah,
I like that. Okay, it's interesting because I know somebody who, obviously I'm not gonna name any names, who started.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Who started in OnlyFans, and she has a partner. And at first, she would always be like, "Oh, this is just a nipple here and there, and da da da." And like, bro, 6 weeks later, she was like, "Oh yeah, like me and my boyfriend, we have sex on camera, and then we'll sell it for X amount." Crazy. And it's like, what happened 6 weeks ago? You were just like, "Oh, I don't even want to show a nip." Now you're banging in front of camera again. So it's kind of also what Dalia was saying was. It consumes you. Somebody's like, "Oh, I give you $50 if you show me a titty. I give you $200 if you show me this."
Yeah, someone's willing to pay $100 for this, but what if I did this?
Exactly. So it almost
200.
Yeah.
Boom.
So it's
400.
Like, exactly. But money is, especially it comes so. I don't want to say it comes easy, but it because you know OnlyFans, I'm sure it's not easy doing all that content, whatever. But when you see that money coming in, it's like, oh shit, like what else can I do with all this money? Money comes and goes. It's easy money. It's fast money, right? Yeah. Somebody said it in the comments with one of her snippets. It's not easy money. It's fast money. But as fast as it comes, it also goes fast. And then you're spending, your lifestyle changes, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I gotta do more, and I gotta do more. It's just kind of piggybacking.
Up it, yeah. Like I'm not making the same amount. I might have to now, you know, cross the line even more to maybe what I wouldn't be used to. So now you're kind of challenging your own integrity.
Exactly.
At that point. And
we talked about it in a previous segment where a lot of these people like, okay, like, do you do an OnlyFans, but for what purpose, right? That we talked about that. Is it, are you putting yourself through school? Is it saving money for a house? Which I've heard stories where people would do it.
I respect that.
Does that change your perception of it, right? If somebody says that, you know, you meet somebody, you know, I'm trying to buy a house, right?
Well, it's almost like strippers. I mean, there was always that common thing where, like, you know, girls would strip through college in order to afford to become a nurse or whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. I feel like now OnlyFans is it's like stripping at home, you know?
But then it's like you're stripping, you're making more money now than being a nurse. And so a lot of people are like, why do I got to go to school?
That was an argument, and there was an article that we had brought up last time where it's like a lot of women are quitting their jobs because they're like, man, I can just post here and there and make twice, 3 times what. Now I'm financially independent. Like I bought a condo, you know, that I couldn't have done it with my base salary that I had.
Do you think there's longevity in that industry, right, in that niche, in terms of like the sex work, which is essentially what it is?
I mean, what I think is it's just like you said, it's fast money. Fast money, you know, just comes as fast as it comes, it goes. I agree with that. But now you can be smart with it. You know, like if you chose to, like, you know, put that and invest it towards maybe a business, invest it towards properties, invest it towards the stock market. If you're gonna do that, then now you're using OnlyFans, sex work, even stripping, to put yourself forward in a better position, yes. But now, if you're only going to be doing it because you want to buy the freaking Maserati or the Porsche, you want to flex on your $4,000, you know, a month rent in overseeing the Bay or Biscayne or whatever. Yeah. You want to get all your Louis bags. You want to get the Gucci, this and that. Then I think that's stupid, because now you're just forced to stay in that. And what are you going to do? Whatever. Okay, maybe you'll get a couple extra followers on Instagram, right? Because you're going to have to promote your work outside of OnlyFans. Who the hell's going to know about it unless they subscribe, right? And then, so that's going to grow. Maybe you'll get some sponsorship, some ad space. Maybe, you know, maybe someone will say, hey, promote my stuff because I know you have a bunch of people who follow you. All that stuff. That's great. But at the end of the day, that direct industry of OnlyFans, like using your body, that's going to leave.
Yeah.
And then what? Then what are you gonna look back on when you can't pay your $4,000 rent, when you can't afford the Maserati and the Porsche, when you can't buy the Louis bag? Then what?
Yeah, I guess ultimately don't become dependent on that for a lifestyle that is just not gonna be sustainable, right, in the long run, because your body changes, the market changes. Who knows if OnlyFans is gonna be around in 10 years or 5 years, whatever. So I like that perspective of, if you're smart about it, I think you can use it as a tool to advance yourself in your respective, you know, career field or whatever you want to, you know, pursue. 20 years ago, that wasn't an option, right? Or 30 years ago, or whatever. So technology is changing. People are evolving.
I'm big on playing devil's advocate, and I think we said it on a previous episode where, you know, I like understanding the root of why. We did it when we did the we're not really trained, the communication one. Yeah. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for why you do things. And I may not agree with you, but I have to respect your decision and the way you do it. So you're going to have a reason for just like you need to respect my belief towards it. So if, again, let's use OnlyFans. If just because I'm talking shit about OnlyFans and I don't like it, that's my opinion. You got to respect it just like I got to respect you for doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, they're exclusive from each other.
Right. Yeah. No. I was saying 100% because I know a couple of girls who have it and there's nothing wrong with it. My opinion is my opinion.
Okay, so how do those conversations go? Because the way I see it is, I think long term it's not going to work, but I find it that people who are doing it, they probably think that we're stupid. Like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I'm fine as fuck right now, and I'm gonna be fine as fuck forever. Because all these guys who are sending me money say that I'm fine as fuck. But that's right now. But I don't think they're really gonna be saying like, well, in 10 years, I mean, things start, gravity,
things start to change.
Sag,
hang,
wrinkle,
shrivel away.
What else we got?
Wither
okay,
away.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay, picture it.
I got it. Gross.
I honestly, the people that I know who are doing it, surprisingly they're all in relationships, so I guess it works out for them. But I don't know if they're pursuing it for a particular reason, if there's an end goal, and I think that's what we're touching up on. Like, what is the goal in doing this? Because this is not sustainable, right? I think people get hooked, man, and they think a lot of people don't think long term, right? They think, okay, this year and next year, but there are people who make the most out of it. I think a lot of people do not. A lot of people just, money comes as quickly as it comes, it also goes. So it's that, never-ending cycle. Or a lot of girls who start doing OnlyFans, then they end up doing stripping.
Stepping
right?
stone. That's literally what I'm thinking about right now. Or porn.
Oh, porn. Well, it is porn.
Well, if you're having sex on your OnlyFans,
it's porn.
Is that not porn?
It is porn.
Look up what is the definition of porn?
Or a lot of stuff that's on porn, like Pornhub or whatever.
Well, hold on, I don't want to put porn in the search because then porn's gonna come. I got porn definition. Pornography, television program.
That's outdated definitions.
Let's look pornography.
It is porn.
Right?
It has to be.
Because, dude, I mean, because that's the thing. I mean, just printed or visual material containing the explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate erotic rather than aesthetic or emotional feelings. So, let's think about this. Because before Instagram, people would actually have to model. Like actually get a gig, get hired by an agency. They're gonna get you the gigs, the deal, blah blah blah, whatever. Everybody's an Instagram model now. A couple hashtags, a couple people they follow you. You're famous. Then with porn or strip, people would strip.
Yeah.
You would strip because I had to get money. I had to go through school. Now, with porn, it's literally, well, I'm going to record someone brailing the shit out of me and then produce the content, whether it's on Pornhub, whether it's through Brazzers or Bang Bro, like big companies that will get your content. They'll hire you and they'll put your shit out there. But now with OnlyFans, you're in control of your own stuff, But, it went from, well, I'm probably not good enough to be a model for, I don't know, a big agency. I'll be my own model on Instagram. Oh, okay, cool. Now I'm getting these gigs, from people, with exposure. I'm an influencer now, I'm an Instagram model. But now I have my OnlyFans. Oh, now I'm getting more money. And now, probably what you couldn't have done, 20 years ago, now people are paying you for more, for you taking your clothes off. Yeah. Now you're saying, well, if I have a boyfriend, now we can do things together. Man, let's just, we have sex already.
Yeah.
Let's just... and have someone
camera.
Pay us thousands of dollars for it. Yeah. And now you're a porn star.
You're a porn star.
Because you think it's only going to stay on your OnlyFans? I mean, bro, you know how many leaked things there are? They start posting it on other websites, and now everyone sees your asshole.
Or people upload like snippets on like Pornhub or whatever, and then it's like, oh, watch the full video on our fucking,
OnlyFans. Link in bio.
Yeah, link in bio. And then you go on and they give you like a little preview.
Like a little tease.
Little trailer. And then it's like, subscribe.
No, I'm not saying everybody is going to take this path. Because again, as we started, they're just doing OnlyFans for, hey, quick money. I'm going to just pose in lingerie, or maybe I'll get with a group of girls that we're all going to get some sexy stuff. Maybe it's the holidays, maybe Halloween. Let's do some sort of sexy kind of themed photo shoot that we can post on Instagram to make people pay. Yeah. Or as, Thalia had said it before, you're a scammer because people want to see your nipple. Hey, I'll pay you more for nipple. Whoa, no nipple? Where the fuck are your titties?
Exactly.
So those are another thing. And then hopefully if you have the self-control of saying, well, no, this is my boundary. I'm only doing it to get a couple extra bucks. I got a good job, or I'm a creator. I do my own thing. Then that's another thing. But if you're using it to get ahead, I think that's cool.
Okay. Now, that being said, assume this, happy relationship, whatever,
Right.
long term. And then we've talked about it. Your partner's like, hey, babe, I got an idea and it can make us some extra money. How about we do an OnlyFans? Either just me or us together. How would you approach that situation?
So my situation will be different from yours because since I'm a little bit open on the sense of, well, we can do it on a boundary. Right. There's only so much that I think that we could cross as a relationship. Okay. I think that will be fine as long as we're both in agreement of how much we're willing to do. We can be controlled. How unlike your friends or whatever who said, hey, we're going to show a nipple, and then 6 weeks later they're banging each other on OnlyFans. That would not happen, at least for me, because I'm not fully comfortable. Now, I can't control the future either.
Exactly.
I can't. But as of right now, my position would say there's got to be a boundary, because I don't want now my image to be tainted saying that of being, what we're creating, to saying, well, now Chris, the porn star, instead of Chris, co-host of the Coffee Breakup. See, it's very delicate. Yeah. But now we'll ask you the question, because obviously you're much more conservative. You don't even want to deal with it. You wouldn't date someone who has one. Would you date someone who used to have one, though? We'll circle back. Okay. Your partner says, hey, babe, we have an opportunity here. I think we should take it.
Yeah. My first initial response would be like, okay, like why? Like what's the underlying issue here? What's going on here? Are we struggling for paying rent, or what's going on? What are we trying to
extra, babe, vacation money.
I was like, maybe I pick up a couple of shifts at work. I'd rather do that. It's not something that I'm.
But we can travel every week.
Hopefully this picks up and we can do the same.
Yeah, but it hasn't yet.
All right. I wouldn't be comfortable with.
You would? Okay.
I wouldn't.
That's
be
your answer.
That would be. If my partner would present me that opportunity, I'd be like, okay, like,
buy now.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, like what's going on? I don't know. I wouldn't even be comfortable if my partner's comfortable with that, right? So it's like you're comfortable with that idea of being naked in front of other people. Like,
well, what if it's not naked? What if it's more controlled? What if it's just lingerie pictures, or a little bit, riskier or risque?
I don't know. It's just not something that I'm comfortable with. Certainly not the image that I want.
Bro, but you've posted on your Instagram of you in a bathing suit looking handsome as hell.
Sure, but
you handsome little devil, you. Why can't she do the same thing? But
getting paid for it.
It's literally okay. What if she just has the OnlyFans, but she posts the same thing and she's a scammer? She posts the same thing she does on Instagram. Just because she has an OnlyFans, you would just say no, even if it's PG content.
I at that point, first of all, I don't even think you would make money. Like if you don't post anything, people think you just make an OnlyFans and post bikini. I don't.
Well, you gotta follow. If you gotta, because that's the thing. The reason why OnlyFans is so prevalent is because you actually can know these people. It's not like a movie star that you're like, oh, I wonder what she looks like without, I wonder what her boobs look like. Yeah. It's more of, or a porn star, because people say, well, you could just watch porn. It's free. But you see the same titties when you look up a porn star. You're like, the same titties in every show, in every video. Yeah. So, but if you know someone, you're like, man, I wonder what her titties look like.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's the kicker. Because you can actually, now you wonder, oh man, like I've seen her on Instagram, or I've actually seen her in person. Now these people are like celebrities to certain people.
Yeah, sure.
And these guys are just a regular Joe Schmoes and Jane Smiths. So you see these people and you're like, man, I wonder what those titties look like. So now it's that intrigue, because you don't always get to see those titties.
Exactly.
So now that's where you go on OnlyFans to say, man, let's see if I can find some titties finally. That's the thing. That's why people actually pay for this stupid shit.
No, I know. A lot of people are like, oh, I went to high school with her. And she sat behind me in class. I never spoke to her, but I want to see how she really
right. But a lot of them don't even, but a lot of them won't even post titties. They'll just tease, and they're scammers, or they're, maybe they won't make as much money, but people are still willing to pay for the hopes of one day seeing a titty.
No, I get, it's not something that I'm being in the market for.
I put all that energy to get nothing out of it.
No. You said something before that.
Would you date someone who used to have an OnlyFans?
I think I'd be open to it, depending on what content was on there.
But it's the past.
We've talked about this before. Now it is the past, but I'd be like intrigued. Like, did she get fucking railed on camera and stuff like that? I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. But then again, I wouldn't even want to ask, right?
Right, but at the same time, like, think about it. Like, let's say you're dating, like, who you date next is unlikely going to be a virgin.
Yes.
Meaning she's been railed.
Right.
And who knows, one of her ex-boyfriend probably still has a video of her sucking
slobbering
all over that thing.
Yeah.
So then he can easily post that. Would that make her a porn star? No. But, you know, maybe she posted something on her OnlyFans before.
I think
it's the same thing of it being private. Well, maybe not.
No, it's not the same thing.
But
there's a difference between consenting, putting something up,
true,
and an ex having, you know, a sex tape.
Right, but you know, she's banged someone before. It's just this time was in front of a camera.
Exactly.
And everyone has like 10,000 downloads.
Exactly. And shared.
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
And then think of everyone being like, Marvin,
is this her? Is this her? Like, can you identify her? Oof. I don't think so. Right? It's not really those. I mean, it's not really the type of woman I'm attracted to. Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like they asked this guy. There's have you seen Impulsive with Logan Paul? You know who Logan Paul is?
Sure.
Okay, well, he had on his show, on his podcast, Impulsive, he has his co-host Mike, and Mike, I don't know if he still is, but he was dating a porn star, Lana Rhoades. Very attractive woman, and it's funny because sometimes he'll post some things on his Twitter. Right. And from what you know, I don't dabble in Twitter. You are an avid Twitterian, whatever you want to call him. But point is, he would post anything, and people would just send him like a GIF of his girlfriend Lana Rhoades getting railed by some big black guy or whatever, right? Yeah. And then his argument was, dude, like I used to do heroin, and I would get like, you know, I would feel like shit. Like nothing is gonna affect me. People can tell me whatever, and I don't care. However, I did see a video of him getting bothered by someone playing a prank on him of like, you know, saying something about his girlfriend getting railed. But point is, that's something that you would then have to live with.
Yeah.
Of that criticism of people knowing, hey, your girlfriend, I saw her get railed.
Yeah.
On Pornhub.
Exactly. I feel like everybody has a history and stuff like that. I just don't want to think about my partner's history. And
you don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Like now, there's a video, floating around social media or on the internet.
So then we're kind of on a little wishy-washy on this. You might, but dependent
on the content. Now, if she was, I had an OnlyFans, I tried it out for a week, and I didn't really post anything.
I showed some nipples here and there,
bikini pic, whatever.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I experimented with it when I was younger. Who knows? This could be in 5 years or something like that. Okay, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna dismiss the opportunity to maybe meet a genuine, really good person, right?
Yeah, you've made your mistakes.
That's certainly,
most certainly as well.
So yeah,
I like agree with that.
Okay, awesome. Well, that being said, I guess
I'm not done. But what else you got?
No. I was just, I guess, reflecting from last year because a year ago you were like, yeah, fuck it, you know, I dated a porn star, I dated an OnlyFans girl, and etc. And now I feel like your position has shifted slightly.
Well, I defend which
is okay, right? People's opinions and beliefs and principles will change.
See, my thing is, I think it all depends on what I'm signing up for. Because if I were to date a porn star and I thought she was incredible, right? Is it a little taboo to say, well, hey, you know what? Some guy's banging my girlfriend as a full-time job. It's a little weird, but, you know, she has been getting banged. She was banged by someone before me. It is a little weird to think that someone's banging her, you know, like as a porn star. But again, I think it ties into if you're so secure with yourself and you know what you're signing yourself up for.
That's
because if I'm gonna see a porn star and I meet her at, I don't know, the gym, right? And we talk, I jump in on a set, we hit it off, and I think she's super cool. Maybe I didn't know she was a porn star. Yeah. You know, maybe she's one up in a rising star. She hasn't.
This is rising,
right?
She's making
something's rising.
Something's rising.
So you know, maybe, you know, I hit it off, and I'm like, hey, this and this, and then someone told me, yo, by the way, that chick you've been seeing, she's getting railed. I just saw her suck some dude's dick on Pornhub. I'll be like, damn, but I'm like,
but I'm into her chemistry. We're kicking it off. But would you feel some type of way that didn't come from her? Would you feel like she would have to, is that something she would have to disclose with you?
That is a very great argument.
Right.
Because then how far in, because that's the thing, because there are certain things that you don't want to say up front.
Right.
Because you may now have that person judge you and only view you for that.
But should they say, hey, by the way,
that's a great question.
I'm a porn actress.
Who the fuck says porn actress?
That's maybe
adult film star.
Yeah, film star. I like that. Adult film star. But do you feel like there is an obligation for her to disclose that?
That's the thing.
Or vice versa.
That's a tough one because, you know, going back to that, because what if you had, you know, something that you didn't want to disclose because you knew that people, well, let's say you used to do gay porn.
But used to
Let's
is
say
one
you
thing.
used to. Let's say you used to do
Okay.
gay porn. Would you tell your partner that you used to do gay porn? You would want to wait a little bit, right?
But again, used. The keyword is used.
True,
to in the
but
past.
still, whether you're still doing gay porn or you used to do gay porn, it's still. Would you say that?
Do you feel? But then are you leading them on? So how? When does it become?
No, because maybe you're giving them opportunities to meet you outside of what people stereotype or judge you by.
So if they like, what do you do for a living? What do you say? You lie?
I'm an adult film star.
Then they're gonna be like, okay,
I'm a professional.
Yeah. So
Film professional. I'm an actress.
I
Really?
think,
Oh,
yeah.
I've never seen you in a movie.
Yeah.
Where are you looking it up? Boom, boom, tsk. What's the porn star? The porn hub?
Maybe we can put it in. It's probably copyright.
True.
So it's a great question because now you're talking about, okay, when is this something that should be disclosed, right? Because you can meet a chick and at a bar, kicking it off, you're going on 2, 3, 4 dates.
Sex is bomb.
Yeah. Wow,
I've never been fucked like this in my life.
Where is this coming from? Oh, I got some experience. But you get, yeah, but is that something that needs to be disclosed?
That's a great question.
But I feel like what do you do for a living is something that comes up like
true, but like look, like
omitting, like lying.
Do you say, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber"? Technically, you are. Do you say that?
No,
you're Marvin. No, what do you say? Oh, I work at a server, and I maybe you'll be like
multiple.
I'm a writer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm a entrepreneur.
Yeah, maybe
in between jobs.
But that's the thing. You see, man, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. At least again, this is just opening up that dialogue, having that discussion.
No. I agree. I think it's more. Again, I would have to be completely accepting on the situation.
I think it takes a special kind of man, right, to be comfortable with their partner being sexually active with other people, right? Yeah. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not for the most.
True. I mean, I think the older we get, the more, because remember, I said it previously, like, at the end of the day, we're all creatures, we're all, and instinctually, you want to have sex, you want to procreate, that is pretty much the reason of any creature, pretty much, allow your bloodline to continue. That's how we populate the earth. That's how we can create things with people. So I think that the older we get, I think people are more accepting of, well, you know what, maybe monogamy isn't this has been institutionalized to us, when it comes to whether it's religion, tradition, all this stuff. Maybe people are like, well, maybe we're not meant to be with just one person. Maybe we could be with multiple people. And maybe those people will be more comfortable with the fact that, I love her. We loved my time with her, and we have a great relationship, and that's my day one. That is mine. But she'll fuck her dudes, and I'll fuck my chicks, and whatever. But at the end of the day, like, that's the connection that I have. That's the different connection that I have. That's like my number one.
Right, and at the end of the day, we come back to each other.
And people will have those relationships that'll work.
Yeah,
maybe those people, or not maybe those people, but people with that mentality or are prepared to have that sort of like acceptance or dynamic.
Dynamic, yeah.
I think that those would be more inclined to saying, well, if I'm dating a porn star, I mean, it's normal, because at the end of the day, I bang my chicks too. Mm-hmm. I think it works for us because as a person, she's amazing, and I know she's getting paid because she's hustling, and that's she probably was in a really low point, and she thought that was a way, and maybe she fell in love with a career. She got a lot of opportunities. She's traveling the world. She's been exposed to a lot of people, a lot of STDs, and right. But point is, maybe they're like, oh, now there's more.
It works for them, yeah.
And and I can do my shit on the side too.
And for some, maybe the woman, they can disconnect between this is just work, right, and then this is my personal life. And I guess clearly that's we need a porn star on here.
We do need a porn star.
Very interesting perspectives that we obviously need somebody else to fill in. But ultimately, I think it was great. You have something else?
Yeah, one more thing. I mean, we're circling back here because we went from OnlyFans to porn. Yeah. Sure. So let's say you knew. So you said you have someone who has, or several girls who have OnlyFans.
I know. Yeah.
What if they're like, hey, you have a podcast. I'm gonna buy some of your merch. Mm-hmm. But what if you subscribe to my OnlyFans? Support me.
I think you can donate without subscribing. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Sounds like you do.
No. I don't know.
Yeah, Come on, like what? It's $3 a month or whatever. Every now and then I'll post some, private stuff. You don't have to pay, but $3 a month you can support me. You help me out. You support my hustle.
But I mean, I'm
building an empire.
Do I stay sign up, or is that something that
I don't. I mean, I think it's a monthly subscription.
Right.
So yeah, it's $3. I want to buy your stuff. I'm always gonna buy your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you support me, I'll support you. And it's not like
you would subscribe. That like shows up on your bank statement, right?
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. It's whatever.
And like your chick looks at your bank statement, it's like, babe, honey,
no,
what's this?
Yeah, what is this?
Premium subscription. OnlyFans.
That's how it comes up on your statement?
I don't know. I do know that I've reviewed some people. There was a guy was running his debit cards, and he's like, bro, my card doesn't go through, bro. I was like, shit, let me check it out. I open up the program, whatever. I'm like, he goes, bro, I think I got fraud. I'm like, bro, I'm looking. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of transactions for OnlyFans. He goes, no, those are good.
Doesn't mind.
They're good. It should be about this much. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, literally, it'll show. It says OnlyFans.
Damn, they could.
I want to ask him, like, yo, like,
what is it?
Who?
Yeah, send me the.
And what's your login?
No, to circle back and answer your question. Yeah, I always appreciate people supporting me. Even if they buy the merch, or then maybe they're not even watching the episode or whatever, I'll donate or if they can, or yo, what's your cash up?
Yeah,
what's your cash up?
To send it to you. Have to do it through.
Here, I'll send you $20, dude.
You would give someone $20.
I'm just spitballing here.
But you would
if they support me.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'll buy you lunch. Yo, let's grab lunch.
Sneaky Marvin trying to get that OnlyFans for lunch in person.
Tell me about.
Then you're gonna get some drinks, and you're gonna take her back, like that.
Exactly. I support people, but just because they support you doesn't mean you have to support them in the same financially. We give him a shout out or something. Retweet. I retweet your OnlyFans link. Right? That's it. But okay. No, listen. I mean, it's a grind. It's a hustle. I'm sure it's not easy for them, but everybody has to make their own choices.
I agree.
But I would love to have somebody on who's experienced it, who's in it, and maybe they can shed some light on everything that's going on behind the scenes.
That would be great. Yeah. OnlyFans and a porn star.
A porn star. If you guys know somebody, hey, they have to be an A-list porn star.
If you're watching,
not a Z-list.
Whoever's watching this, if you can refer a porn star, maybe you know someone who'd be interested in talking pretty much openly about relationships and everything, and especially within their career path. Please let them know to check us out.
Do you have a porn star
reach out
on the top of your head that you were like, okay, I would love for her to be on here?
Yes.
Who is it?
You know Bella Danger?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's like she knows a lot of people. Like a lot of my friends, they tag her on like their stories, like they hang out. And I remember I told one of them, like, dude, I should like bring her on the podcast. He's like, bro, you're probably gonna have to pay her, which is fair. It's true. But I'm hoping, bro, like with our connections, we meet enough people. Maybe they're just gonna be like, yo,
I would love to be on.
Yeah, maybe I'd love to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have to, suck dick on camera. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. This is new cameras on me.
Yeah, and where's the dude going? All right. Just kidding. If you're watching, just kidding. Just kidding.
All right.
No, but that would be dope because again, she's pretty local, and I know she knows a lot of people that I've seen, my stories, and if we can get her on, that'd be super cool. Plus, she's like super open.
Yeah. You know we know somebody who has a podcast who had a porn star on.
We do,
and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is dope. But we're probably gonna have to be like virtual and stuff. I'd like to have that in person.
What do you mean? They had it in person.
No, it was virtual.
No, I think we got confused on who we're talking about. That many people have porn stars on the show. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, a stepping stone to being a porn star. I asked you last year, and you're like, I don't think so. I don't want to think so. That's what you said last year.
I think people, yes. Not for everyone, not for everybody. But
for some,
based on what we said, I think that if they start tasting the money, they're going to say, man, what can I get if we push this? Hey, babe, I got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it before. Being a porn star back then was gross, but now OnlyFans is super accepted and I can control it myself.
Exactly.
I think it could be. Yeah, if you fall in love with the money, the fast money, you can get lost in it.
If you get intoxicated by it.
I think so. But for all you other girls who are using OnlyFans, I respect your hustle.
Yeah.
Go out and get it. Take advantage of the opportunity if that's what you want to do.
But be smart about it, right?
Be smart about it. It ain't forever. And I think in about 10, maybe 15 years, you'll realize that. Then again, If I were fine as hell, had nice titties and a sweet ass, I'd be posting my shit naked every day and collecting that check, and I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody told me.
Well, you heard it here first.
But I don't. So.
Exactly. So it's not happening.
Yeah. Stick to my 9 to 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said,
let's go.
Like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ring the notification bell so you're up to date with all of our contents. We now are posting not every Friday, not every other Friday, but some Fridays. So in order for you to find out, you gotta subscribe.
Check out YouTube, make an account, subscribe to us, and stay up to date with new content.
Yes,
we'll be keeping you guys posted.
Also, listen to us on Spotify and iTunes if you're on the go. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
and thecoffeebreakup.com.
Coffeebreakup.com. You can get some merch, support us, and all those buys goes into the studio time so we can continue providing the awesome content that you tune into every, sometimes almost Friday. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Until next time.
Ciao.